What if eating just 2 eggs a day could sharpen your memory, steady your blood sugar, and even protect your heart without any pills or supplements? In this video, we'll break down exactly what happens inside your body when you make eggs a daily habit. We'll explore how this simple food influences your brain, muscles, weight, and long-term health. But be warned, not every effect is positive, and the details may surprise you. Stay with me until the end, because I'll reveal the one hidden risk most people overlook, and a science-backed way to avoid it while still getting the full benefits. I'm Dr. Eli Morgan, a physician who has spent over 35 years studying nutrition and metabolic health. My goal here is simple: give you clear, science-driven answers so you can make smarter choices for your body. Imagine a single food that delivers protein for your muscles, compounds that guard your eyesight, nutrients that fine-tune your brain, and at the same time challenges what we once believed about cholesterol. That's exactly what 2 eggs a day can do. In the next few minutes, we'll count down the 10 most powerful, and sometimes unexpected, changes you'll notice when eggs become part of your daily routine. From energy you feel in the morning to the way your body manages sugar at night, the evidence may shift how you see breakfast forever. And pay close attention around number 3. That's where most people are shocked to learn what's really happening inside their brain. Before we dive in, make sure you hit subscribe and join our 7-day egg challenge. Try it yourself and share your results in the comments. I'll be checking in and featuring a few of your stories in future videos. And just a quick reminder, everything here is for educational purposes only. Nutrition affects each of us differently, so always check with your healthcare provider before making major changes to your diet. Ready? Let's start the countdown from number 10. Here's how we'll break it down. I'll count backward from number 10 to number 1, showing you the strongest ways 2 eggs a day can change your body. Along the way, I'll share fresh research, personal test results, and a few hidden pitfalls that rarely get mentioned. Think of it as your blueprint. By the end, you'll know exactly which benefits are worth paying attention to and which risks to keep on your radar. Let's start with number 10. Item number 10. Nutrition core. 2 eggs may look small on your plate, but inside they carry an impressive nutrient package. Together they deliver about 12 grams of complete protein with all the essential amino acids your body can't make on its own. That's enough to kickstart muscle repair after a workout or help you feel satisfied at the start of the day, but protein is only the beginning. Eggs also contain vitamin D for bone strength, B12 for energy metabolism, and trace minerals like selenium and iodine that support your thyroid and immune defenses. Few other single foods pack this mix in such a low-calorie form, roughly 150 calories for 2 eggs. Here's what struck me during my own test. Swapping a typical breakfast bar for 2 eggs left me full until midday, even without extra snacks. That kind of nutrient density explains why eggs continue to outperform many processed health foods you see advertised. Next up, let's tackle a topic that's caused decades of debate: your heart. Item number 9. Heart health and cholesterol. For years, eggs carried an unfair reputation as a threat to your arteries. The truth is more nuanced. While eggs do contain cholesterol, research from the last decade shows that for most healthy adults, eating 2 a day has little effect on blood LDL, the type linked to heart risk. In fact, eggs can raise HDL, often called the cleanup crew, which helps transport cholesterol out of the bloodstream. What really matters is the bigger picture of your diet. Pairing eggs with vegetables, whole grains, or avocado can shift your blood lipid profile in a positive direction. During my own 2-week trial, I checked my cholesterol panel at the start and end. The result? My LDL barely moved, but my HDL climbed by about 6 points, a small but encouraging shift. Still, If you have a strong family history of heart disease or high cholesterol, you should track your numbers closely. Eggs may not be dangerous, but your overall pattern of eating and lifestyle will determine the outcome. And while your heart may be calmer than you thought, eggs are about to show their influence somewhere you can see every day: your skin, hair, and nails. Item number 8: beauty and appearance benefits. Your body's appearance often reflects what's happening nutritionally inside, and eggs deliver several compounds that feed this connection. The protein and sulfur containing amino acids they provide are raw materials for keratin, the structural protein that keeps hair and nails strong. Without enough of these building blocks, you may notice brittle nails or slow hair growth. Eggs also supply biotin and zinc, two nutrients frequently used in dermatology clinics for supporting skin barrier health. Biotin helps regulate oil production, while zinc contributes to wound healing and resilience against irritation. Add in antioxidants like lutein, and you get a shield against oxidative stress that can accelerate visible aging. One interesting observation from my test: after 2 weeks, the dryness I usually felt in my skin during colder mornings eased noticeably. While that's just one case, it matches what's seen in nutrition research. Steady intake of biotin-rich foods often shows benefits within weeks. And if appearance improvements sound impressive, wait until you see how 2 eggs a day influence something even more powerful: your muscle performance and strength. Item number 7: muscle and performance. When it comes to building and maintaining lean muscle, quality of protein matters just as much as quantity. Eggs rank near the top because their amino acid profile is highly digestible and rich in leucine, the specific amino acid that triggers muscle protein synthesis. 2 eggs provide enough leucine to activate this pathway, making them a powerful addition to a post-workout meal. But there's more. Unlike many protein powders or processed snacks, eggs deliver their nutrients in a natural matrix. The phospholipids in egg yolks may support cell membrane recovery after intense training, and the vitamin D found in eggs plays a role in muscle contraction and bone support. During my own 14-day test, I logged performance on standard push-ups and squats. By the end, I noticed less fatigue between sets, not because eggs are a magic pill, but because sustained high-quality protein allowed faster recovery. Strong muscles don't just help in the gym, they also protect against falls and frailty as you age. Which brings us to the next unexpected effect: how eggs tie into longevity. Item number 6: longevity and disease. Risk. Living longer isn't just about adding years to your life, it's about adding healthy years. Eggs contain compounds that may influence both. The antioxidants lutein and zeaxanthin help reduce oxidative damage, which scientists link to slower aging of tissues. Meanwhile, the high-quality protein in eggs supports muscle maintenance, a key factor in preventing frailty as we get older. There's also evidence that diets including moderate egg intake are tied to a lower risk of type 2 diabetes and certain cardiovascular conditions. A 2021 review from European nutrition journals noted that people who replaced refined carbs with eggs often had more stable long-term health markers. In my own 2-week trial, what stood out was stamina, feeling less drained at the end of long clinic days. That subtle improvement reflects what many longevity researchers emphasize. Consistent, nutrient-rich meals are small daily deposits into your long-term health bank. But before we think decades ahead, let's zoom in on something more immediate: how eggs can help you manage your weight and appetite, starting tomorrow morning. Item number 5: weight and satiety. If you've ever reached for a mid-morning snack only to realize you just ate breakfast, you already know how important satiety is. Eggs stand out here. 2 eggs in the morning provide about 12 grams of protein, which activates hormones like GLP-1 and peptide YY, signals that tell your brain you're full. Compared to a pastry or cereal, eggs digest more slowly and demand more energy to process, a phenomenon called the thermic effect of food. That means you burn slightly more calories just by breaking down the protein. Over time, this subtle effect can help with weight management. During my 2-week test, I compared egg breakfast with days I ate toast alone. On toast days, hunger returned in under 2 hours. With eggs, I often stayed satisfied until lunchtime. That difference isn't willpower. It's biology responding to nutrient density. And while weight control is valuable, eggs also contribute to preserving something even more precious, your eyesight. Item number 4, eye health. Few people realize that eggs act like natural sunglasses for your eyes. The yolks are one of the richest food sources of lutein and zeaxanthin, pigments that concentrate in the retina and help filter out harmful blue light. These compounds reduce the risk of age-related macular degeneration, a leading cause of vision loss in older adults. Unlike supplements, the fat in egg yolks improves absorption of these antioxidants. That means your body actually makes better use of lutein from eggs than from many vegetables alone. It's a small detail, but it makes a major difference in how well your eyes are protected. In practical terms, eating 2 eggs a day consistently feeds your visual system with these protective nutrients. For anyone who spends hours in front of screens, that's a habit worth considering. And while your eyes benefit quietly in the background, the next change is something you'll notice every day: sharper memory and better focus. Item number 3, brain and focus. If there's one nutrient that makes eggs truly stand out, it's choline. Your brain uses choline to produce acetylcholine, a neurotransmitter critical for memory, learning, and focus. Yet surveys show that more than 80% of adults don't meet the daily recommended intake. 2 eggs provide roughly 250 milligrams, a big step toward closing that gap. Choline also supports the integrity of cell membranes in the brain, which may explain why steady intake is linked to slower cognitive decline with age. Some studies even connect higher choline diets with reduced risk of Alzheimer's progression. During my personal 2-week test, I noticed a surprising improvement: fewer mental fog moments during long clinic hours. While that's anecdotal, it fits what research suggests. Consistent choline supply can sharpen mental performance in subtle but meaningful ways. And while the brain benefits grab attention, eggs also play a quiet role in another major health battle: keeping blood sugar steady. Item number 2, blood sugar and insulin control. Stable blood sugar isn't just important for people with diabetes. It's key for lasting energy, steady mood, and long-term metabolic health. Eggs help here because they have a glycemic index close to 0, meaning they don't cause sharp spikes in glucose. When combined with fiber-rich foods like vegetables or oats, eggs can blunt the sugar response of the whole meal. Recent clinical trials suggest that including eggs in breakfast improves insulin sensitivity in people at risk for type 2 diabetes. In simple terms, your body handles carbohydrates more efficiently when your protein and fat balance is right. During my 2-week trial, I tracked energy dips after meals. On days I ate eggs with greens, I avoided the classic mid-morning crash that often hit me after cereal. That difference alone makes eggs a valuable tool for anyone managing weight or blood sugar. And finally, let's wrap up the countdown with the most practical, and often overlooked change: how you select, store, and prepare eggs safely. Item number 1, practical guide: prep, storage, and safety. All the benefits we've covered only matter if the eggs you eat are safe and well prepared. Start with selection. Choose eggs with clean, uncracked shells and, when possible, look for options labeled pasture-raised or omega-3 enriched for a higher nutrient profile. At home, keep them in the refrigerator, not on the counter, to reduce bacterial growth. And here's a key tip many people miss. Wash eggs only right before cooking, not when you bring them home, since washing too early can strip away the protective cuticle on the shell. When it comes to cooking, boiling and poaching preserve most nutrients, while scrambling at very high heat can reduce antioxidant content. If you enjoy runny yolks, just be mindful. Pregnant women, children, and those with weak immune systems should stick to fully cooked eggs to minimize infection risk. Handled properly, 2 eggs a day can be one of the safest, most efficient nutrient packages you'll find in the grocery store. But before we close, let me show you what actually happened after 14 days of eating eggs every morning. Experiment final reveal. After talking theory, here's what really matters. Results. For 2 weeks, I ate 2 eggs every single morning. At the start, I logged my weight, energy levels, and a few lab markers. By the end, some clear patterns emerged. Weight. No big shift on the scale, but I noticed fewer snack cravings, especially mid-morning. That steadiness matters more than short-term weight loss. Energy. On work days, I usually hit a slump around 10:30. With eggs, that crash nearly disappeared. My focus stayed sharper through late morning rounds. Labs. My cholesterol profile barely changed. LDL was stable, while HDL nudged upward. Blood sugar stayed within the same healthy range. The takeaway? Eggs aren't magic, but they deliver consistent fuel, high-quality nutrients, and surprisingly few downsides when eaten in moderation. Still, my experience is just one snapshot. So, I asked a colleague in nutrition science to weigh in on what these results actually mean. Wrap up. To put my 2-week test in context, I spoke with Dr. Hannah Lee, a nutrition researcher who studies diet and chronic disease. Her perspective was clear. Eggs can be a powerful food, but they work best as part of a balanced pattern. She emphasized that the protein and choline are standout nutrients most people fall short on, and eggs help fill those gaps easily. At the same time, she noted that people with diabetes or very high cholesterol should monitor their response, since not everyone processes dietary cholesterol the same way. Her final advice was simple. Treat eggs as a nutrient-dense anchor in your diet, not the entire foundation. Pair them with vegetables, whole grains, and healthy fats, and you maximize the benefits while keeping any risks in check. And with that perspective, let's close with the bigger picture. What 2 eggs a day really mean for your long-term health. Conclusion. So what happens when you eat 2 eggs a day? You give your body steady protein for muscle repair, nutrients that support your brain and eyes, and fuel that keeps your energy stable without the sugar crash. For most healthy adults, the benefits far outweigh the risks, especially when eggs are part of a balanced diet. But don't just take my word for it. Try the 7-day egg challenge yourself. Replace your usual breakfast with 2 eggs. Keep notes on your focus, hunger, and energy, and share what you notice in the comments. I'll highlight some of your stories in a future video. If you found this helpful, hit subscribe, and check out my playlist on everyday foods that quietly transform your health. Because the biggest changes in how you feel often come from the simplest habits on your plate.